Here from UK4UA. We're live in Ukraine on aid run 69, and I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's supporting us back in the UK. So basically, we're at a charity now that we've been supporting for a number of years. It's called Gift of Life. I can't pronounce it, sorry, but yeah, Gift of Life, and they support displaced people and especially single parents. So this is the one vehicle that we brought out. I think on aid run 67 has been repaired, and we're going to be using it to unload. And you may remember some of the volunteers here. So we got Maria, who has previously been on.
Ні, я його просто завантажу, бо ми після того той бус їдемо А то, до речі, на БАМі, тут біля їхати до Подолянки відкривають. Причому відкриває така Юля Мамчак, я не знаю, чи знаєте.
So this is
вона дуже така активна.
A lot of aid from Cardiff, Ukraine. A lot of basically clothing for women and children.
That it's men. Yeah, we will just because asking Yulia ask it's Yulia asking if possible to give them men clothing for wounded warriors.
Yeah, we'll have to look at that.
The majority of it at the back is Cardiff, and it's clothing. There's more.
Ні, то з Великої Британії.
Я з Америки, Юля.
Ага.
Вона в нас вже 5-й літак. Вже 2 морських з Америки світ зробила.
Ага. А як вас звати?
Людмила
is explaining that they also from United States volunteers are also helping and
Вони всю медицину готують. Медицину.
Так, they are bringing a lot of medical stuff.
Fantastic.
And big thanks for I said that it's mostly Cardiff for Ukraine, and big thanks for Jesse and Roger, and also big thanks for this for elders people. It's a lot of refugees who are who need hope, because they lost mostly they are going without anything.
They're for ventilators. They're for children it's for inhalers for children to take Ventolin and Clenil, things like that. So yeah, a lot of this is from Cardiff, Ukraine. I think we've also got some stuff from Bristol as well in there, as well as Penpakai, and it's huge. Well, we've been going through and sorting it as we go, but there's still a huge amount of aid yet to. I think that's unisex. I think. Are they men's or ladies?
I think it's a mixture.
Mixture. Should we back this van up a bit further?
Small child. Rollers.
A huge amount of bedding as well that we've still got to unload. We've got about 29 pallets of 21 pallets of bedding, and
якщо треба так само вам бедінг, то ми будемо братися завжди. І то привезли ми, купили вантажівку для
That's
цей,
from
для 102-ї, таку 44 тонну. І завантажили її 30 палет постелі. І зараз там між лікарнями, між...
Так, це тобі.
Знаєте, сідайте збоку, що вище. It's baby.
very dusty. This van is a nightmare because it was a
Just says
Anglian Windows van and it was very dusty.
Baby.
Women's clothes, that is. Yeah. The big RV you can see in there was donated by American volunteers quite a while ago, and they used as a mobile clinic. This charity has been running for quite some time. Do you remember how long this group has been running?
1990 from 1992.
1992. Wow.
Yeah, they are. It's over 30 years.
Just slow down because they're falling on the floor, Jen.
No, I put them in.
Yeah.
That's children's coats. Hats.
Yaroslav, perhaps you can translate for the lady.
Was it like that you made a budget man to bring the clothes for the trained people, or is it something that usually people do there?
Well, we're all one team, but we have groups all over, well, especially Wales, but then there's some groups in England. And when they know Sean has got a run going, then they send out messages and we'll try and pick them up. Me personally, I live in the part of Wales where I do this all the time. I get people that bring me everything.
Julia, I know
Yes.
Julia.
Знаєте,
Yes, I know Julia.
вона наша тут Тернопільська.
Yes, tak. Yeah, I work with Julia in America. Yes. Yeah. Quite often, and she was here. Julia was here with Yaroslav going a couple of months ago.
Вже всі один одного знають.
Tak. Yeah, I know Julia. Дуже добре.
Дуже так. Що, слава Богу. Дякую.
Dякую вам. Yeah, so they collect all sorts of aid. We prioritize medical, but anything that is good enough to be used, we like to keep and then give to charities that we know have use for that type of stuff.
Gowns, dressing gowns, also for the evening.
For Yaroslav, is
think
it
it's
like
on the
personally for you?
No,
No?
just
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Medication.
children's.
Yeah, it's medical. Бо ми зліва ще маємо медицину, зараз ми будемо добираємося до того. Це clothing, heart. Yeah, Indian.
Oh, it's okay.
Everything's so dusty.
У прицепі, а він не закритий, воно
On the road.
Small bedding.
понад 30.
That's nice.
Так.
The,
Понад 30 тисяч кілометрів, і воно 5 днів їхали сюди.
yeah, long way. Lots of dust. Lots of dust off the road. And
Bedding.
this van doesn't help because this van was a builder's van, as you can see, and it's full of dust in there. So it's a good job everything's in bags.
Very good now. Before it was like
Scrap van.
not so good.
It drives like new now.
Uh, чоловічі, ой, дорослі куртки, але чи чоловічі, чи жіночі, я не знаю.
Не знаю.
Ну, дивіться, все, що ми знайдемо чоловічі, ми відкладемо, ви нам потім скажете, куди
Я вас
підвести.
контактую, да, з
Без
Юлею.
проблем.
Я прям зараз,
Нас-
от
нас
прям
так
вже зараз
основного
роблю групу, якщо ви не проти. так.
Звичайно, нас
Але подивіться, вони молодці.
нам і так в основному жіночі, дитячі, ми чоловічі
так.
маємо і туди давати.
Так, Юля. Що ви робите?
Cuddly toy,
Medication as well, yes.
microwave.
А.
It's another medication.
Пані Юля, це Марія. Вони прям молодці, вони з 92-му році, з 92-го року допомагають. Мають такі автобуси, займаються там рентгеном, обстеженнями. І ми привозимо їм для сімей, для дітей такі речі. І ми домовилися, що пані Марія, вони їх переберуть. Якщо що буде чоловіче, я зараз зроблю групу, ви сконтактуєте напряму і вона привезе, чи ви поїдете заберете, чи ми поїдемо, заберемо з того всього. Ми вже зараз стараємося чоловіче відібрати, привеземо. Все, що не вдасться відібрати, бо тут є просто написано дорослий одяг. Так, там одяг, життя. Чик. Чик. Роблю. I just will make a group.
This is
I think it's
Snake.
it's quite hard.
what is that in there then? For Ukraine, but what is it? Very descriptive. Very descriptive.
There's towels on the top. I don't know.
Thing is, we totally emptied the storage in Cardiff with that trailer
Yeah.
because they were like, oh, you know, we've only got a few other bits and bobs, and I said, well, why don't you load everything?
Yeah.
You know, rather than leaving it sat up there. So they literally emptied it completely.
Bed in, I think.
These bags are not very good, are they?
Bed in, blanket.
Yes, there's blanket. And,
What's in hand? No, that's
It's a blow-up thing.
oh, there's a tab on it.
Yeah. Is it a blow-up bed? Maybe a blow-up bed, perhaps. Maybe.
Like another one here.
What's that?
Is it
No, I don't think so.
some kind of
Open it out.
алло.
What is
Yeah,
it?
it's a blow-up bed.
Ну, це я
Is it a kid's bed? Yeah, blow-up kid's bed. There's a blow-up kid's
Blow-up
bed. I think that's a blow-up mattress as well.
I think it's good. Yeah, it's good.
Like a
This
camping.
is set, yes?
Yeah, I think it's a pump in the bottom. And,
Yeah.
Дитячі.
oh, cuddly toy. Do you want to put this in there as well? Oh, too late, she's gone. Snickers? Box of Snickers? Oh. I thought you had a box of Snickers then. I was going to say.
Only I've lost touch.
I still got two at the moment.
So you're
We've got
kind
two.
of traveling separately from Graham and Paul.
Yes, yeah, we don't have nothing to do with them. They're English. Yeah, we're Welsh, and we're a totally different country. Yeah, we have our own parliament, our own language, and totally separate aid convoys.
An old flag.
Our own flag,
Yeah.
separate aid effort altogether. No, we do try and coordinate and try and collaborate as much as possible.
That is me. The most
Yeah,
obvious
gift
thing.
of life, Ternopil. Special science.
But we've also changed this as well now because we're all UK4UA, but we have just a
What does it mean?
Hepaka is where I live.
Ah,
It's a little village within a town. Like you have cities.
Yes.
Our cities are like your cities are like our towns.
Yeah.
So that one's a baby book.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
So now, like the aid,
Maybe some hygiene.
so the aid that comes out now is usually from something.4UA. So it's
Yeah.
basically like Cardiff is the town.
Like gift
Yeah.
of life.
So it's like it'd be like Cardiff 4UA or Pembrokeshire 4UA or Bristol 4UA. New Forest as well is a new group in the south of England that we've had these 30 pallets of aid from, and many and Bristol, so Reading as well. Reading down in near London, we've been bringing aid.
I will take.
Yeah, it's very heavy.
How have you been managing since we last seen you? Because it was a while ago I last came here, and there was some really bad attacks on Ternopil. Were you affected, or anyone you know affected by those attacks?
When we came at Christmas, we couldn't fit all of them in, so there's still a few.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
The early or late? I'm not sure. These Christmas gifts.
Oh, okay.
Well,
they're
nappies and things.
okay. These are like really children's hygiene products. Well, we've had quite a lot of Russian.
This one is sorry. Somebody's made individuals for the children. They have gifts,
That's good.
pens, crayons, and each will have a teddy. And there's
The famous
you
fairies.
can have. That's yours.
Yeah, thank you. So Russians lately changed their strategy using those drones. Previously, there were like a big number of them coming in groups, but now they're just spreading all over the country. So we could have the sirens for like dozens of hours, just because one after the other they are just moving around, and so it affects, because somehow you really keep it in mind that it can come in any minute from anywhere, and you will not hear them till the last moment here.
Right.
So yes, we previously we were a little bit quieter because the major groups of them had their roots, and it was a little bit around Ternopil, but now it's just like a wide net of them evenly all over the country.
Yeah, it seems to be worse since we were last here a few months back. When we were travelling through Lviv a couple of days ago, there was like 1,000 shaheeds they had launched. It was like the biggest attack of the war so far, and I mean it's just horrific that this continues to escalate, and they're allowed and they're allowed by the international community to rejoin things like the Paralympics, and it just normalize, somehow the conflict here is just being either forgotten or normalized. This is my worry, that they're trying to forget.
The Ukrainians who went abroad at the beginning, they were back in 2022, 2023, they were seen and heard because they were like still trying to bring the information to people in the world. Now many of them just got settled and got more or less normal life as it possibly could be in their condition, but yet themselves they feel probably more distance from Ukraine now.
Yeah.
So, and it also makes probably the picture for Europeans that it all settles down.
Yeah.
It becomes quieter just because Ukrainians become quieter.
Well, over the last several months, we've been trying to actively recruit more Ukrainians to volunteer in Wales and help loading, help with vehicle repairs, and help us, because we're struggling with volunteers ourselves, and I think it's an ideal way that Ukrainian refugees can help contribute to the war effort by supporting the groups that are working towards supporting Ukrainians and the war effort in Ukraine.
Yes, and I do believe that it should be a little bit more active from the Ukrainians in Europe, because it's really what matters is to show yourself that you are fighting, that you are needing help, because if you are just sit quietly, then why should anyone else care for you? So yes, we here are kind of
Thank you.
trying to keep it alive
Mm.
here. The help we provide people
And you need.
and they
And,
need
and
that.
you need, and soon we're hoping that we've got a new system coming soon with the trauma teddies, and some of the aid will have a QR code on it, and the sponsor will have scanned it, and the recipient can scan the QR code, and our system will automatically translate messages between the sponsor and the recipient, obviously moderated for child safety, but it hopefully will create that extra link,
Yes.
between actual people in Ukraine and back in the UK. So look out for QR codes soon on a lot of the aid that we send, and people will be able to communicate and how it's even send photos perhaps of how it's being used, and further help then may come to the recipients of these trauma teddies and disability items. So we've been pretty flat out for the past several days, unloading 6 vehicles. This is the last of the vehicles, and now we're going to move on to the pallets that we've got. And then we got 20 odd pallets of mixed bedding, so it's like duvets, sheets, pillows, and blankets, and lots of fantastic, lovely bedding. And we've got some mixed humanitarian pallets as well, which we have to get unloaded and sorted and go through. And that's from a group called New Forest for Ukraine, which is down on the English, I call it the English Riviera, right down on the south coast in by Cornwall and Bournemouth and all that. Sorry.
I want to cross our.
That's fantastic that you're still having some new places, new areas, new people involved with the flow
But they've
of
existed.
time.
They've been doing it full time. But obviously, as time goes on, we all have to do more with less. So this helps with collaboration, where perhaps previously people didn't want to collaborate. And as we're still very active, and thanks to Kalesa Perimoe, we're able to have logistics capacity. We need to collaborate more with different groups, and it helps facilitate more aid into Ukraine, rather than paying because they would have previously, that group would have paid perhaps £3,000 or £4,000 for an Arctic to take it to Ukraine.
Yeah,
And
transport cost. Yeah, it's a question of fuel, and if possible, to load every vehicle that are going to Ukraine, it will be more clever than empty vehicle. And because thanks to all volunteers and donors in different groups, and now we unloaded full van of Cardiff for Ukraine aid for children's, for refugees families, and big thanks for Maria and Gift of Life volunteers group for helping to sort it, to share it between families. And they are making documents to every pieces that they are sharing with refugees in our area, and it's like a team of team. It's just a lot of small chain, and if we are together, we're creating a lot of aid.
Previously, we were kind of trying to find and connect and help pregnant women that come to Ternopil from the frontline area. And lately, we've also trying to get connected to those women who stay there. So they are still being pregnant. They stay in Zaporizhia, Kherson, Kharkiv, Sumy. So we just collect some items for them and send it to them through the post.
excellent.
And especially for the delivery, some items they need to the labor house and for their kids for the first period of life, so that they kind of feel safe that they will be having them while they are most vulnerable and need the most of assistance there. So that's kind of a new area we are working on now, reaching for them there.
I know it's a lot more hard work for us spreading the aid as much as possible, because it's, especially Yaroslav, more paperwork, more journeys, more vans to load and all the rest of it. But rather than just taking it to one place, I think it does make a huge difference trying to spread across as many institutions as possible and help as many people as possible, rather than it being stuck in one place. Because I think when we went to in 2022, we went to Kyiv, a military hospital in Kyiv, and we took $5 million worth of orthopedic, and we said to the hospital manager, "Oh, how long will this last you?" And he said, "Well, about 3 or 4 years." And we were like, "Well, can you share it with other people?" And they were like, no. Once it's here, once it's on balance, that's it.
Yes.
You know, and it's like, if I share it with someone else, I'll be accused of bribery and corruption and all the rest of it. So this is why we have to spread it as much as possible to help with this problem, or lack of sharing within these different institutions. Sometimes you can't, because of the law doesn't allow you to share it. You know, different charities can't give to other charities and things like that. So it's really quite problematic, you know, with the way the way the stamps have to be in the document. So
at the beginning, the government was more kind of like looking at it like this. Okay, just bring everything you can as fast as you can. But now we have a lot of different situations here with volunteers and different kind of not really good funds. So they are more and more picky with the papers and documents, and you have to be more and more careful with everything.
And we heard of a priest recently that was given some foods from Italy, some protein powder or something, and it was out of date, and he was accused of something and sort of vilified for bringing in something that perhaps was, because we in the UK we have used by, which is you cannot use it after this.
Sorry for interruption. How about coffee? It's incredible. Woman bring us coffee.
Oh,
this is for you. And later, like she also has milk.
Oh wow! Yeah,
like we are very fascinated with all those smiley, tiny things. They were like neat, and
they're all colourful. They all have the same face. And what she does, because she doesn't want the children to lose this, because sometimes they cry. She sews them on them.
That's kind of wonderful.
I'd just like to say, Carol, here we are again. Your teddies have come over to Ukraine, and they're with Maria, who works with Gift of Life, which is an organisation that looks after refugees.
Yeah, believe me, like many children's smiles were created by the teddies, looking at them and smiling back at them. So thank you very much for them. They became a kind of a symbol of this aid coming from you. So we are like, oh, this teddy lady coming here again. So thank you.
But, yeah, I mean, anything that will give some small relief, you know, to what's going on. I mean, it's
even though it looks simple and it might look like what's so funny about it, but the moment you put it in your hand, it really gives you kind of a more...
Oh, it's the... I know this stuff. Yeah, it's like...
different people make different styles.
Cheers.
When you see this one, you know exactly...
Carnation. I think we call it carnation.
And in the beginning, we were sending out
it's
the
like
teddies, but then we
condensed milk
thought,
in a can.
how can we
Very
do
old brand. Very old brand. Carnation is a flower. But it's the brand that makes carnation condensed milk.
Wants to sponsor a teddy, we'd give it a name, and then we'd say who was from. So some would their husband, wife, child, pet even, a loved one. And then she also made little ones for older children who might not want to show, but they could put it in their pockets. So when they feel a bit frightened or they feel that they miss their parent who's not there, they can cuddle that and feel that people in another country, far, far away, are thinking about them and love them.
Yes, and handmade is always a handmade. Yeah. You can never replace it with anything else. It's
plastic.
It looks like... it is warm and it is like really...
But do you remember we brought out dolls? They were
Yes.
big dolls, and Larissa asked if she could keep some of them in the centre
Yeah,
because
she still
they
has it there.
they were warm rather than than a baby that was cold. She wanted the mothers to feel warmth and yeah, so that was really nice and filled our hearts with
Yeah, and the
joy.
blankets also, they
Yeah,
are really
they're
of
really
big
nice.
help.
Yeah.
And we use them for those ladies, pregnant ladies, on the east side of our country. So we
Yeah.
put a blanket in every package for them so that they have something to cover their daily life.
And the good thing is, you know that they're new; they've never been used by anybody else.
They're so
and
colorful, and
they're colourful.
yeah, it helps to get some really warm emotions
Yeah.
looking at the colors and having it
And
in
you
your
have a little
hands.
name as well. That one is called
Byron.
Brian.
Brian. Yeah.
Brian, is it?
Brian.
Not Byron.
Yeah.
Is that, I really hope this new system can help connect people
Yeah.
across
What
the
Sean
whole of
wants
Europe.
to do is make a system where we have the barcode. So say you sponsored the teddy, and a little child here got the teddy.
Sorry,
Then
yeah.
there is a way they can communicate together. But
Even in like a couple of words
yeah,
will
but
make the
it'd
difference.
all be monitored because of all child protection as well. But it also gives the person sponsoring it a little bit more of an idea and a track of where it's going. Because
More
this is
connection.
why we try to do a lot of videos and pictures
That's
to show that they are being. And if we have children, we ask if we can take a photograph. Like we went to the Superhumans, and there was a little girl there, and she could see us with Teddy, so I gave her a little Teddy, and Sean was filming, and the joy there. So, but then you lose the link then because other than you know them or you can go back to that centre,
yes.
it would be nice. And the same if children in our areas sponsor them, especially as a school or something, then they can write to each other.
Yeah, who knows? They could become friends like
Exactly.
of lifetime. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
never
pen pals are not so much a thing anymore. But yeah, if we can sort of create the link between people in the UK and Ukraine even more, then this will help with our support for Ukraine and to relay information about the situation here, so Ukraine doesn't get forgotten, and. No matter what Trump and Putin and Xi do to try and make people forget about the conflict here in Ukraine, we'll continue to put out as much information as possible and try and bring as much support as possible. So this is the front line of freedom. This is the battle for civilization itself, to be honest. So yeah, we need to communicate that to as many people as possible.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe to make some small excursion.
Do you want to film, Jenny? Because I'm really struggling to walk.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
Yes.
just I will make like this. Yeah, I hope that I will be good at cameraman.
Whenever I come, I've gone to Larissa. So, but I've seen loads of pictures with the buses as well, and it's nice actually to be here now and see it all. And because the symbol is the same with Larissa. I mean, I don't know if you want to talk us through it. Well,
Maybe can I ask you just to just please just return and maybe with cup. Yeah, because it's stream, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's live, it's good live.
Yeah.
So here in UK4UA we have like two major areas we are helping people with. The first one is that you already know, the center, the pro.
Try. Maybe it's
Rain and whatever. So like
So
the
these
general
are
setup.
static.
No.
They stay here.
Here
Yes.
from November to April. I mean, the cold period of the year they are here, and then in May they start
To go out.
their journey to November. We are targeting our bosses at the places where they don't have medical assistance or where they have like big orphanages or something like that. So they just go there and stay there for like 2-3 weeks and see people there, children, older people, and something. So it's all free of charge for the people. And these buses are here from 1992, and I don't know how many thousands of, like usually we have from 4,000 to 5,000 patients every year. Yeah, so it's not a big number.
So it's a very important project.
Yes, and sometimes we have people that come here and say, you know, when I was a kid, I was here also, and now he or she brings their kids here.
Yeah.
It's a long time project. And since the war started, we also have the humanitarian part. As when we get some humanitarian aid, we help to distribute it here. And just because we know a lot of people who are in need of help due to our main activities, so of course we have some base of information about places where we can reach for them, and or other organizations that also deal with them.
I think I recognize somebody.
Yeah, you can see them in the picture probably.
It's Teddy.
Oh, yes. Is it the one that you wrote?
Yeah,
we have some.
It was. I tell you how it came about. We were doing trying to raise funds by getting people to donate. And a young girl, she had won it, and she was with her father, and she came and asked if she could donate it. That was just amazing to see it.
Well, we have
English, 5 o'clock here.
Oh, tea.
Tea with the milk. English tea.
50 років правління королеви Єлизавети.
Okay, so yes, this is
Thank
good.
you, ma'am.
This is
It's a special cups, yeah.
This is where it all starts for distribution, and the aid you provided become like a really significant part of our job.
How many refugees or single parents are you supporting in Ternopil at the moment in the region?
Well, usually in Ternopil we have like up to 50, 60 clients in the life center coming for help, different kind of help, like clothes, baby food. With the babies, we have moms that have their kids being raised on the children's food from birth till like 6 or even 7 months. So, and in Kremenets, I think it's even bigger because in Kremenets they have a big settlements of refugees around the city. So it could be up to 100 or even more. And in Kyiv, well, it depends upon the situation with the abilities for moms and children to come and pick up the kids.
Are you still getting new refugees coming to Ternopil regularly?
It's not like on a steady basis. It goes with the flow when they start, when they raise the number of attacks, or when they target their attacks on some new cities. Then we have kind of a flow of refugees coming in with some flow of time. It's more like maybe gets a little bit lower.
Yeah.
But then again, a new city is under attack, and again we have like a new flow of refugees. So it's kind of a wavy thing.
So I'd like to thank you for assisting us and assisting our donors with distributing this much needed aid. I'd say it's from so many different towns and cities in Wales and England in the UK. And I know that we're going to continue supporting Ukraine as long as possible. And you know, it's a big thank you to everyone back in the UK, and not just the UK, but all around the civilized world for continuing to support Ukraine during this illegal Russian invasion. And we're just going to have to keep pushing until victory and beyond for reconstruction as well.
Yeah, just keep encouraging people to donate. And this Maria and her team are collecting a lot of items for babies, so please don't forget nappies. It's very important. Baby food. Items for pregnant mothers, like breast pads, creams, things like this that we take for granted. Pads and items, all kinds of items that will help the mother when she introduces a baby into the world and life. That you mentioned out there that you have some simple things for them to, so that they don't worry about those first vital.
We have a list from the delivery houses that they kind of need for women to have for the first 2 or 3 days staying with the labor house. So we kind of go according to this list and provide a lady with a ready set of items that she can just pick up and go to any moment.
And vitamins as well.
Yes,
it's very important. Vitamins and things like iron tablets and
folic acid.
Yeah.
Folic acid, yeah. I mean, even before birth, I mean, it's such an important thing.
And just some treats like hygiene products, so that they can keep themselves clean and feel fresh and feel a part of everything.
Yeah, it's very, very important to have the feeling that you're not alone in this world with the problem you face, and that someone there is thinking about you, and someone there is on your side. That it is very important to know that people know the truth, and that it's really it is possible to tell the truth and to show it, no matter how hard they try to convert it upside down. So as long as we know that someone across the board cares about us, we have this feeling that a miracle happens. Yeah, thank you.
And I just want to add, sorry, I've just seen a couple of boxes there. I forgot to say thank you to Mervyn and his group, church group back in Aberdeen.
Aberdeen for Ukraine.
Yeah,
yes.
Aberdeen. Well, so when we go back and I go and link up, we must give him a logo. They've been collecting whilst we've been here, and the orange and white bag out there I picked up on one of my return journeys, and that was full of items I picked up from them on the last time, and they've told me that they've got as much as that and an electric wheelchair as well. So thank you to everybody in Aberdeen. Keep collecting for us. Thank you for keeping it in your homes, because we haven't been able to collect. But when we come back, we will collect. And yeah,
And I say that we don't have a storage facility, so we have to collect when we have vehicles to go to Ukraine. So it's very much last minute, and as soon as the vehicles are purchased, they need to be filled. So it is. We try and get around as many people as possible, and even though we had a huge capacity on this run number 69 with a HGV vehicle and several other vehicles, every vehicle was full. You know, we didn't have any space in this run, and you know, we will continue to try and maximise the logistics as much as possible. I need to say a big thank you again to Wheels for Victory, Wheels of Victory, Kolesa Paramohe, for their support, because we wouldn't be able to move as much aid since 2022 without the 600 vehicles that they've donated to the Ukrainian war effort. So yeah, we are a team of teams, and we'll continue to push to get what's needed where it's needed. And I think we'll leave that there for this live stream of aid delivery live in Ukraine. And just ask yourself, what are you doing for Ukraine today? And we'll win together. Slava Ukraini!
Героям слава! Дякую.